What's up guys, this is Angelo and today I'm back with my good friend Bernhard Hummel, who you probably already know from our last video together in summertime, I think August, July, where he shared his 150,000 euro peer-to-peer investment portfolio with you and his general asset allocation. And so welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. Hello Angelo, hello community. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to you and your community.
So since our last meeting, you made some changes in your asset allocation. I think.
Yes,
I think, like, generally speaking, it's still the same, but from what you told me, you added a bit more to peer-to-peer lending recently. Yeah. So what's your asset allocation approximately right now?
I will make it in percentage, really approximately, because I don't use portfolio performance and I don't have it exactly, but I would say at the moment it's about maybe 30, maybe a bit more than 30% in P2P, 40% in stock market, in shares, and then, the rest is cash. So there is more in P2P at the moment, but the reason is that I was waiting for a correction on the stock market, maybe, and so I hold my cash, and cash doesn't make money. So I said, okay, then let's go to P2P, and I feel more and more secure since I visit all the platforms and and all these videos I made on my channel. So that gives me the feeling that it might be also a good opportunity for investment.
So for your lifestyle is also the cash flow aspect of peer-to-peer lending becoming more important?
Yes, definitely. At the moment I still work on the compounding, of course, because my goal was about 250,000 euro in P2P. The other goal is about 500,000 in the stock market and 250,000 cash. So that is my goal for the next future. And at the moment I will be on 250,000, I think, in P2P in January.
How many peer-to-peer platforms are you invested in total at the moment? Have there been any changes?
Yes, there has also been change. I made a video, but it's all in German, so sorry for that. Also sorry for my English once more. It's always a challenge in your videos, because it's not so easy for me to
I haven't seen explain, a single person complain yet.
Okay, so I do my best, so sorry. But there was a change. I made a video in Switzerland, in Zurich, where I said, okay, I don't want to have more than 8 platforms because it's also more work with more diversification. You have to print all the income statements and everything for the tax consultant and so on. So I said, okay, 8 is enough. But then I changed. Now it's 10 platforms. I added Bonster and Grupeer, also because of the community, because a lot of people watching my videos said, okay, this is a good platform and so on. And also some friends of mine said, okay, should try this, and so now it's also Grupeer and Bonster. Bonster is because I also know Jana very well, the CEO, and helped her with a lot of solutions of the platform, so I said, okay, I should also...
So this year I met the Grupeer team in their office in Riga, and next year we can go together if you want. They're really nice, perfect. And I left a really good impression on me, so I also have some interviews on the channel in case you're interested.
It's also your fault, because you said Grupeer is good, so that's the reason why I but I said, okay, 10, now it's 10 platforms, and this... Not more, but now it's also easier for me if there is one platform like, okay, I say maybe I leave it again, so I have 10 and then, okay, I can reduce it again. So this 10 platforms is for the moment enough, I think, and a lot of diversification, especially also if you think along the diversification in Mintos, for example, so it's really big diversification in this asset.
I think I also noticed that you don't have any platforms that don't have an auto invest, right? You don't do any manual investing. You do everything automatically with the auto invest. In
general, yes. There are some times that I say, okay, at Asset Guru I want to have this project or something like that, or there's Cashback and I want to put it somewhere in. But usually I use auto invest, Good. It must be passive.
Yeah, of course, that makes sense. Otherwise you could use the time to make more money working, probably.
Yeah, it's simply I don't have the time to manage all the platforms manually. It's not possible, or no.
So if you don't mind, can you tell me the platforms that you're currently invested in and how much in each approximately?
Okay, I should have prepared that, but I tried in my brain.
By the way, you did a video recently, so I'm gonna cut in some parts from that video so you can also see the account balances. So in case your numbers in your head are a bit off right now, don't worry about it, I'm gonna show you.
You will see it in the video, But it's about 105,000 in Mintos. So it's my biggest platform at the moment, biggest amount in a platform at the moment. Then I have Twino. Twino is about a bit above 10,000, so about 12,000 euro. Then we have Pandora with about 14,000 euro. Then we have Swapper with about, now again there was change, because there was the Cashback, then I withdrew 5,000 and then I transferred again the 5,000 back because the Cashback was also in your account.
I have no Cashback.
So both of us, because it's very interesting, the comments on the video. Maybe you can put this video in the links because I made an English video about Swapper, about this incident yesterday, so it's completely fresh, yeah. And there was the incident, I made the video, complained, and on the next day there was no cashback, yeah, and then I transferred back the 5,000. So now it's 22,000 in all again in Swapper. And some people say that might be because we are a YouTuber, or I don't know. So I don't know about this. But I can just show what's going on in my account. I don't know about this, yeah.
It's strange because at the same time it happened to me. I didn't contact anybody, so
I don't know. Yeah, but I'm thankful that it's invested. So okay, and so I transferred back this 5,000. So it's 22,000 in Swapper. Then we have Via Invest about 12,000 euro. Then we have Asset Guru with about 27,000 euro. Viventor with about 10,000 euro. Bonster and Grupeer each with 5,000, but not invested now because I did not have the time to set the auto invest. And there were some comments from you guys under my videos with advices, and I didn't have time to go through all the comments. And before I invest, I just want to, of course, say thank you for this information, and want to read it, and then I want to put on the auto invest. And yeah, have I forgot any platform? And now I took my list. Yeah. I should have done this before. So yeah, Peerberry, and it's 12,159 at the moment. Yeah. So maybe we can summarize it again because now it was a little bit of chaos. Mintos 106,000, Twino 11,800, Bondora 14,900, Via Invest 12,160, Swapper 22,700, Asset Guru 28,400, Peerberry with 12,100, and Vivento with 10,600. So it's all in all at the moment 219,800, and then there is these two new platforms. I have not put it in my Excel sheet at the moment. So it's now 230,000 approximately. Yeah, so now I have the correct figures.
So the 250,000 that you mentioned, that's what you're expecting with
yeah, around January, because
interests, reinvesting.
Yeah, of course. It's not my deposit. Yeah, it's including all the return I got in the last years. I mean, I was one of the first P2P investors at least. Yeah, so many years ago. Yeah, so there's a lot of compounding already.
One of the OGs. Nice.
Yeah, Bondora and so on at the beginning. Yeah, you know.
And by the way, I think it's also worth mentioning in Bondora you use Go and Grow only, right? You're
only
not
Go and
using
Grow
the Portfolio Pro anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so just some side info for people.
Maybe one day I say, okay, I have more time for that, than because people like, you know, Koya from Aktien-mit-Kopf, he said, okay, he also invests with direct investment, and he makes, I think he said in one of his videos, in German video, about 18% or something like that. Yeah, so impressive. But
yeah, it can be worth it, but I think it needs some more knowledge and some time investment on your part as well. So maybe even some API where you just buy the best performing loans for the criteria.
Yes, exactly.
I think it's not as easy to just use the Portfolio Pro or something like this. The long term maybe, but you have to wait, potential defaults, getting back some money and stuff. That's why I just prefer Go and Grow, and because I can calculate with this amount. That's one advantage we also have with buyback loans, because we don't have to wait. That's on the loan originator side. They're taking that part from us. Of course, it's also a different kind of risk because you have the loan originator takes on this part of the risk. However, for us, it's easier to calculate. And another thing is, in many countries, it's not as easy tax-wise to calculate the losses against your gains. So that can also be a factor in some countries, which might make buyback loans more interesting for more people than non-buyback loans.
Education is important, and so that's the reason why I'm still on Bondora, but of course with Go and Grow right now, and I like it very much because, okay, some people might say it's only 6.75%, but the company has a very long history. It comes out of an economic downturn. It was founded in 2007, 2008, which were the best years, so they have the experience about an economic downturn. And this is, I think, also an important point for diversification between platforms. Yeah, and that's one more reason why I still like Bondora. A lot of people say no, but okay, 6.75%. It's pretty close to that what I make on the stock market with shares. It's also about 6 to 8% on the long term. I like it. And it's also liquidity, because you can always withdraw it.
I think also the Via SMS group was founded before the last economic crisis, as far as I know. And also some loan originators on Mintos.
Of course, loan originators were found a lot before. Yeah, but it's I just meant the platform.
Like Credit Star, I think, was founded in 2000.
Yeah, there were some, of course, because it's some company that back financed by Mintos. Yeah.
For me, that's also a good sign.
Yeah.
Like when you have loan originators who went through that period, so they have some way, hopefully, of calculating for the next, or they're planning, hey, this could happen again, and maybe they gain some valuable experience with that.
And for me, it was interesting that Pandora said it were the best years for them, because they got the best loans. At least, in this
you have more people asking for a loan as well. People with a better credit rating who can't get it anymore from the bank as well.
And people need more money. So that's the business. So it's
for us
not
as
that
investors,
bad. It must not be a disadvantage if there is a downturn on P2P. It can be a problem, but it doesn't really have to. We don't know yet. And so that's the reason why I also took this. Why I invest, I don't know, because I was not invested at the beginning. I took them later. I began with Pandora and then later Mintos and Twino.
Yeah, I mean, BuyInvest didn't exist that long ago either. It was just the BuySMS group that was doing it.
I see. That might have been the reason. Because I did not remember it that long.
So now that you upped your peer-to-peer lending to close to 230,000 euro in total, what cash flow are you expecting every month from that, or what is your goal?
My goal is definitely 2,000 euro before taxes. Because I think that's an amount where you can live from. I don't do it at the moment because I also have the income of my company. But for case I just want to lie on the beach, then I can do it with this money, I think, if you don't take the luxury hotel. Or maybe you make it somewhere where it's cheaper to live.
In Thailand, luxury.
Thailand, for example. Or something. Not my goal at the moment, but it's just an opportunity. Of course, more would be better.
You're planning to scale back also your work, maybe long term, and then just live off your investment income.
One day.
And another reason why you added more to peer-to-peer lending right now compared to the stock market, is that because the equity prices are really high right now? And are you waiting for more opportunities?
Yes, like a lot of friends of mine were waiting for maybe opportunities in the stock market and discount, but it did not really happen, as you see on the stock market.
By the way, that's the right mindset for an investor. Like if there's a setback or a crash or a correction or something like this, if you think of it as a discount, because if you're investing for the long term, then it's a discount for you. It's like a Black Friday or something for a stock market. People are freaking out. They see a minus, they see some red numbers. But in your mind, if you're investing long term and you're confident in your investment, either a broad ETF or a wide portfolio of companies, then you should see those as discounts and see it as a way to buy cheaper so that you can profit more from it long term. At least that's my mindset as well.
Yes, exactly.
And I think that's something you need to learn as well, especially if you're new to the stock market. So it's definitely a very emotional thing. Nobody's happy when you see a correction. But if you think of the long term, it's great, especially in those years where you're still accumulating money, which you're going to profit from more when you're withdrawing from that or you're just living off your dividends.
And that's the reason why we have diversification in our complete asset allocation. Because in this time we still make money maybe with P2P, and then we can put this P2P money into the stock market, for example, if there is a discount. And that's also the reason why I'm now really up to 30, maybe more than 30% in my asset allocation in P2P, because I was waiting for this discount. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and still there is a lot of people, and it might be right, and we were talking before in German, where it's easier for me to communicate, that maybe it's a really fair value at the stock market at the moment. Compared to the real estate, we are still on a pretty low level in the stock market, and since the ECB is printing money, so maybe it's a different future than history, so you never know, so it's also important to be in the stock market as well, I think. The
rally can continue for a very, very long time, much longer than people expect, so we will have to see, like, who knows, there could be a crash next week.
Exactly.
We never know.
You always have to keep in mind there is always a risk, but without risk you don't make any money, because without risk you can't even go to your job, because also the job might be a risk. So you have to take some risk. There was in the Twino office, there was a sentence like, the biggest risk you can have is to take no risk or something. So because then you don't make any money. And so I think we have to take the risk, and we don't know exactly. I see more risk in the real estate at the moment. And a lot of people say real estate is completely safe. There can't happen anything. Well, I'm not at this opinion.
I mean, real estate is a leveraged investment, and you have to ask the same people, would you be willing to take on a loan to invest into the stock market or in peer-to-peer lending or some other investments? And oftentimes then I say, no, why would I? That's too risky, way too risky. But why is it safe if you do it with real estate? And a lot of people don't think, they could lose their job, and then they don't have the regular cash flow. They might lose the tenant, the person who's renting the apartment, and then they have the fixed cost they still have to pay and also pay back the loan at the same time. A lot of things. So for me, real estate is a bit of a side hustle because it's still a job. It's not a passive investment, and the returns are very low right now. So that's why for me it's not interesting. If we see discounts in the real estate market, if we see blood on the streets, then I'm gonna look into it as well.
Absolutely.
But it's gonna be part of my portfolio. Never leveraged and make it like 110% of my money or something. That's, for me, that's too much. Other people do great with that, and that's awesome. It can be a very fast way to financial independence as well if everything works out. But it's a risk, and there are people who actually went bankrupt because they invested in real estate.
Absolutely, and you always have to take in mind that most of the people take loans for about 30 years and more for this real estate, and they say, but interest rates are low, but usually it's only maybe 5 years fixed or 10 years fixed, and then it will work, no problem. But imagine, the real estate value maybe goes down. The interest rate might go up one day, we don't know yet, because we are at an historic low that's really impressing, but you never know if it keeps like that. And so there is also a big risk, I think, in this on the long term. So be careful with that. If people tell you there is no risk, always be careful. And a lot of people tell me there is absolutely no risk in real estate. I'm not sure about this.
Yeah, I agree. And the last thing about peer-to-peer lending that I want to ask you is, how do you track your investments? Because you have your own method of tracking. Do you ever try portfolio performance as well?
No.
Okay.
Not yet. I had it in my mind, yes, and I know a lot of people recommend it, and I should do it maybe, so and maybe they are right.
Not even for equities, because it's especially okay.
No,
good.
It was too much work for my kind of asset allocation. It would be another video, I think, maybe, but I have about 300 different shares in the portfolio. And I would have to put in all these different shares with all the dividends
and purchasing
time and everything. And I said, okay, this is it's better I hold my lectures and get money for that in this time and do my business for my company than put everything in portfolio performance. So I have the income statement of the brokers and everything, and this is also what I need, of course, for the tax consultant, and they make me an income statement of everything at the tax consultant. So this is what I have. But what I do is I track P2P, because I just want to see if there is something going strange or something I have to check. For example, at Peerberry there was a problem one day with the amount in the platform, and I can see this very clearly because I track each Friday the total amount in the platform. So I can also see how much did it change in the last week, so I know how much money did I make in the last week on P2P. I can track how much money did I make in the month. And I can also see the interest rate I made, at least, because you can calculate it easily with the Google Tabellen sheet, Google sheet, so is it called,
For me, I just track once a month. Like on the first of every month, I take screenshots of each platform, or I take a look and enter the data directly, and I just subtract the old account value from the new account value, and then I see how much I made that month. I think for me that's the easiest. Of course, then you take into account if you deposited new money, etc. as well.
This is what I do every week. But this is the same. And for example, just if people are interested, the last 4 weeks I tracked, which was November. Now I'm in the 3rd week again, so we will have another one in the tomorrow. But last time I tracked, it was 1,700 euros I made on return. So pretty close to this 2,000.
That's in 4 weeks.
I invested a lot more, because this was like when I had 200,000 in the portfolio, and then also in this month I added a lot. So I think with this 250,000 or 240,000 in January, all in all, I think it should be possible with 2,000 euro before taxes.
Nice. And my goal is 1,500 euro passive income from investments.
From all investments.
From all investments, Since most of my money right now in passive income is coming from peer-to-peer lending, that's the biggest chunk, and then I have some dividends from ETFs, which are not as regular as if I have all the single shares.
Yeah, exactly. But it's of course also a part of the income of the investments. We should maybe mention that, because I have more in shares than in P2P still. This is something we should say clearly, also because of the risk. You can see this on my asset allocation.
How much do you have approximately in shares right now?
I did not calculate it exactly, but it must be, it's one portfolio with about 200,000 and the other one with about 170,000, maybe 370,000, about this.
Okay, so just to give you some context.
Close to 400,000, but at the moment there's really cash track in my portfolio. on the stock market because I was waiting for this discount. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay, so just to give you some context here, you have like 370,000 right now in the stock market and 230 something thousand in peer-to-peer lending. So people don't write in the comments right away, oh, why do you have most of your money in peer-to-peer lending, etc. Now you have some context with that as well.
You know, people always have different opinion and we never know who is right. Yeah, because I know friends that say, it's one important last message maybe, because just to get this bigger picture, some of my friends say, okay, I would never do more than 5% in P2P, yeah? Or I would never do more than 10% because it's too much risk. I understand them, maybe they are completely right, yeah, we don't know.
Of course,
some say, okay, like me, my goal would be about 25. Now I'm above this, but okay, you know the reasons already in this video. Some people say 50%, some people say 100%, just to make it short, yeah, and some people say 200%. Also of our community.
With leverage.
Yeah? Yeah. With leverage. Some people say, okay, I put 200% in P2P because I have the leverage, and of course they have the double interest rate on their invested money at least, yeah, because of the leverage. Yeah, so okay, but you don't know who is right. Maybe maybe they are right one day and they say, hey, you're stupid. I am at 200% P2P and I'm rich.
Maybe they get a loan for 1.5% or 2%.
Yeah, exactly. The leverage is enormous. Yeah.
I don't know how I would feel about that, like
nothing
for my tolerance, but like everybody should do what they want, just as long as you know the risks.
Exactly. You know? Yeah, and it's everybody is in his own responsibility. That's one important thing. Yeah. You are responsible for your
and you have to be able to sleep at night and feel good and not worry all day long about your investments.
Yeah,
I think that's also part of life quality. It's just not freaking out all the time, whatever happens, you know, hey, I have different buckets in my investments, and if one thing happens here, I still have this, etc. I think that's
people are completely different connected to this. Yeah. Some can sleep with, I don't know, leverage. I could never sleep, but and they feel happy with it. They say, I need this. Yeah.
So thank you a lot for giving us this overview of your portfolio and the changes. I think it was really interesting for the viewers as well, for the audience, and I really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much that I have the opportunity to talk to you, because I think it's also very important for me, the exchange. Yeah, so thank you for that.
Yeah. And a lot of people were actually asking about this and about another meeting with you. Actually got a comment yesterday again, like, hey, Bernhard, look at this cool German guy. I told him that I'm meeting you again today, so I'm very excited to see the video.
This is the video, yeah.
And yeah, by the way, we completely forgot to mention this, like your link. So by the way, on bernhardhummel.at/investments, I'm going to link this right below. You can see an overview of all his investments right now and also his brokers, right?
Exactly.
Where you buy the shares. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. And as usual, all the links to everything we mentioned is in the description below. So if you want to support Bernhard, if you want to support me, you can find everything there that you need. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And yeah, see you next time.
See you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.